I'm going to be showing you how to change your handlebars. So the first thing you want to do is take off everything on your handlebars, starting from the ends and working your way to the middle. The first thing you want to take off is probably going to be your grips. If you have lock-on grips, you can just unscrew the bolt and they'll slide right off. But if you have like BMX grips that are just all rubber, it's going to be harder to get off. The way I get them off is with a cup of water and a syringe. You suck up all the water. You open up the end of the grip and put the syringe in there and squeeze the water in under there, and the water makes it nice and slippery so that your grip will slide off a little bit easier. There we go. Now I'll just leave those to dry for a bit. This is the first one. So we'll just leave that there so it can dry out a bit more. Now for the second one. So again, we just lift up the end, put the syringe in, and squeeze all the water in. And then it just slides right off. It might need a little bit of twisting to get the water all inside, but sometimes it just pops straight off. Put the grips out the way to dry. Next, up here is the gears. So the gears, they're stuck, they don't slide off. But if we look underneath here, we'll see the bolt. There are bolts under there. There's one here and one here. This one's for the gears, that one's for the brakes. Alright, so now we undo those bolts under here. So I'll undo the one for the gears, just with an Allen key. Just put it in and loosen it up. Don't need to do it out all the way, we just need to loosen it so that this will shift up and move. And there it is. Didn't need to loosen it heaps and it's already moving a bit. Oops. Okay, now we'll do the other shifter. So again, just put in the Allen key and loosen it. It doesn't need to come out all the way, you just need to loosen it. So that it's easier to take off. Okay, so that one's loose and free. This one is a bit more stuck. So we'll just keep loosening it. And there we go, that one's come out now. So next we want to do the brakes. And after we've done the brakes, everything will be free from the handlebars so that we can take them off. I got the other Allen key that fits for the handlebars, and we'll put it in the bolt that's under there, and loosen the handlebars, loosen the brakes I mean. There we go, now they're both loose. Now you can just slide off the gears. There might be some water in there from the grips. Slide off the brake and just put them on that side. I'm putting them on that side because that's the side that they go on. And that one slides off. Some of them might need a bit of wriggling, but they'll come up. And we'll just put them to the side. Okay. Now we're ready to take the handlebars off. So you can see these bolts here. I have two, you may have one or four, or two. And we'll just want to loosen these. Oh, it's tightening. There we go. Loosen them. Loosen them one at a time. And keep hold of your handlebars because you don't want them just to slip out. So So loosen up these bolts. That comes out, your handlebar might be a bit stuck to it for some reason. There we go, so that's very loose. We'll take this off. There we go, we just spun it back and it loosened its grip. So there we go, the handlebars are out. We're halfway through. So we'll leave that on. And you get your new handlebars out. So put the old ones away. You might want to put your old handlebars in your parts bin because you might one day need them. Never throw them away. So we got the new handlebars. And we're just going to slide them in there. And get them into position. Slide them in here. We'll get them into the position you want. So you might want them angled forward a bit, angled back a bit. You might want them, and you just put them in however you want. Then you tighten these up, not too tight, but not too loose. It's just right. Tighten them up one at a time so that you get them both equally tight. And just keep tightening until it's ready. Until it's perfect. The Goldilocks ratio. That's what you want. Not too tight, not too loose. Just tightening them one at a time. There we go. So that's perfect. This is exactly where I want them. Next, we gotta do the opposite of what we did before and put on the brakes and gears. So, the brakes, for me, the brakes go on first because they're closest to the middle. So we'll get the brake and make sure you got the right side brake. So I hung my front brake to the right side of the wheel because it goes on the right side of my handlebar. So I just put that on. So that goes on first. We'll just slide that over towards the middle so that we can measure it out after. We'll get the gears and just slide them on and put them nice and snug over the top of the brakes, and then my brakes and gears slot into one another just like that. And then the same for the other side. And then your gear over the top. And slide them in. Next, you get your grips. And you put your grips on all the way, or as far as you have them in. And then from there, you can figure out where your hands are going to be and where everything else you want to be. So I like my gears as close to the thing as I can, so I'll shift them down as far as I can, and then the brake as far as I can down as well, until there. So if you did the water on inside your grips, they might still be a bit wet and slippery, but they'll dry out in half an hour or so, maybe even less. So next is you want to angle your brakes and gears, so you might want to have them very high, pointed up. You might want to have them running very low. You might want to have them equal. To do this, you can just sit on your bike and see where you want them angled, like if you want them angled high or if you want them angled a bit lower. So I might have mine angled there. So now I'll get off, leave them there, get the Allen key and tighten them up. So first we'll tighten up the brake, and don't do them too tight because you might snap your handlebars if you do that, and that would not be good. But you don't want them too loose because then they can move around. So now we'll do the gear on this side. And you just tighten that up until it's the right tightness, or the right amount of tension. Because again, you don't want to snap your handlebars. Now go to the other side and tighten these up. Try and keep them in the same spot while we're tightening. Okay, there we go. We got it. I hope this helps you put on your new handlebars, or I hope you enjoyed. If you found this video useful, please give it a like, and if you like all my videos, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.